Find a quiet spot and settle in, because Sandra Hüller just dropped a photo series that has the entire internet whispering, did she really do that? The answer, she did, and the pictures don't lie. From stage legend to award season revelation, Sandra has always commanded attention with stillness, wit, and precision. This time, she steps into the frame with the same fearless control, pared back. Unfiltered, and breathtakingly direct. It begins in a stark studio, concrete floor, white cyclorama, a single soft light floating like a moon. Sandra stands in an open, slate-gray wrap that slips from one shoulder and pools at her elbows, more suggestion than wardrobe. She isn't performing. She's inhabiting. The light traces the architecture of collarbone and wrist, the subtle rise of breath, the line of a spine you'd miss at a red carpet distance. She looks straight down the lens, unflinching, calm, almost amused, as if to say, let's skip the pretense. Slide 2 shifts to motion. A long, diaphanous panel, think theater scrim, glides across her frame as a fan stirs the air. She turns with it, half silhouette, half reveal, the fabric mapping form without spelling it out. You can hear the quiet swish. You can feel the choreography. This is not shock for its own sake. It's choreography of honesty, what we see, what we don't, and the power sitting exactly in between. Then a black and white portrait stops the scroll. Sandra's seated on a simple wooden chair, bare shoulders, the wrap gathered at her waist, one knee angled up, a hand curved over it. The photograph breathes like a film still, grain, shadow, intention. No accessory, no ornament, just gaze and geometry. Suddenly you realize why directors trust her with silence. She can load a frame without saying a word. Reaction was instant. Precision without armor. This is what courage looks like. No costume. Still a character. Comments poured in from filmmakers, actors, and fans who felt seen by the restraint, by how much the series communicates without tipping into spectacle. The consensus? She didn't show everything. She showed enough, exactly as she chose. We get a quick behind-the-scenes reel. She jokes with the crew in German and English. Tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. Steps into the light and out again, testing angles like marks on stage. The photographer, an old collaborator, calls, Nur Atman, just breathe, and she does, shoulders lowering, a micro-smile crossing her face before the shutter clicks. The set list on a clipboard reads like a score: stillness, turn, veil, chair, window. Each cue another movement in a minimalist symphony. Next, daylight. She stands at a tall casement window, Berlin rooftops washed in winter sun. The wrap becomes a sash. Shape becomes shadow. The glass doubles her, a faint reflection layered over the living figure, echoing the themes that run through her work: identity, perception, the selves we hold just out of view. She raises her chin and closes her eyes, and for a beat the room is all hush and warmth. Critics latched onto the craft. The palette, stone, chalk, charcoal, keeps the eye on line and light. The camera sits human height. Nothing leers, nothing hides. It's the difference between exposure and authorship. She's not being looked at. She's inviting you to look with her, to consider how a body reads when stripped of context and costume. A final tableau lands like an ovation, night backdrop. Low amber practicals, the wrap knotted simply at the hip. She stands 3/4 to camera, 1 foot forward, arms softly crossed, not defensive, but deliberate. Her expression is ease. Not triumph, not provocation, ease. It's the posture of someone who trusts what the work says and doesn't need to underline it. If this moved you, tap like, share it with a friend who loves cinema as much as style. And drop a comment: which frame hit hardest, studio stillness, the window light, or that closing amber hush? Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the images everyone's talking about.